We're making some progress on the old Hercules Path Racer, and with the help of some friends, we've achieved a few things I really didn't think were possible, namely finding some of the original old decals for the frame. When I purchased the frame from Charles Nibor, he had already had it repainted, which resulted in the loss of the original decals. This was truly tragic, as these were some incredible decals, as you can see here on the only other remaining example of a Hercules Speed King that I could find. The loss of the amazing biplane decal was especially crushing, as it was just beautiful. After a few inquiries to some of the big decal houses, I quickly gave up hope, but thankfully Charles Nibor did not, and I think he sent out feelers to every vintage bike club in the UK. All this persistence paid off, and a gentleman by the name of Michael Garish on the Vintage Bicycles UK Facebook page contacted Charles, letting him know that he had some of these original decals. After some quick negotiation, Michael shipped the decals from the UK over here to California, and they were ready to be applied to the waiting frame. When I received the decals over here, you couldn't make out much except for the line drawings on the backing paper. This is the backing paper for the biplane decal, which I never thought we would ever find. Instead of the small Hercules medallion that was on the other example of a Speed King, Michael had this incredible standing Hercules decal. And this Hercules Birmingham medallion would function as the head badge. There was another decal that Michael sent over that was just too cool not to use, this Speed King decal, which I put on the top tube. These were old style varnish decals, and they couldn't be applied by just anyone, so the frame along with the decals were spirited down to Richmond, California, to the shop of frame builder and painter extraordinaire Mr. Ed Litton, who did a fantastic job of applying and then clear coating the decals. And here's the final result. The quality, detail, and color on these old decals is just amazing. There was some minor loss along some of the edges, but I'll take it to stay with original old decals. I mean, just look at the color of the sky on the old biplane decal. I really never expected this to grace this frame, but here it is in all its glory. And this standing Hercules decal is just phenomenal. It even looks like he's using Linus's blue blanket as a loincloth. And the blue, green, and red mixed with gold on the top tube Speed King decal is just stunning. Let me just once again thank Charles Nibor, Michael Garish, and Ed Litton for helping me get these decals on this bike. This thing truly looks like a work of art. Okay, so what else have I been up to? This is what the original handlebars looked like when I received them. Charles already refinished the crank and the seat post, but he did not refinish the stem and the handlebars. Now, when I look at stuff like this, I have a very poor imagination. It's hard for me to imagine that this is ever going to look nice, but I took the stem and the bars down to Laramie at Alta Plating in Sacramento, California, and this is what he did to them. Yes, it's hard to believe, but this is the same stem you were just looking at. Laramie did a fantastic job, and this looks realistically like it's new. And those are the handlebars. They also look brand new. I had a talk with Laramie about whether these should be chrome plated or nickel plated, and we decided that the original plating back in the day on these would have been nickel, so that's what we went with. Another big thank you goes out to Mr. David Brown, who I chatted with over on the Classic and Antique Bicycle Exchange Forum. David supplied me with these simply beautiful wood hand grips. When you see the grips on the bars, You can really get a sense of how things are going to ultimately come together, and it really starts getting exciting. Oh, one last thing. Charles Nibor, when he was digging around in his parts bin, found the original pedals for the bike. The only issue is that there was only one rubber block left on the pedals, and the one that was on there was not in great shape. eBay to the rescue! I was able to source 4 new rubber blocks and install them on the pedals. Here I've already replaced the blocks on the pedal in the upper right, so there's only one pedal left to go. Okay, let's get rid of that nasty old block. I really thought there'd be some kind of connection here, but the spindle just pushes up against that end cap. Time for the new blocks. A little thread locker never hurts. Well, I guess it can, but I don't see how it can in this instance. Nothing left to do but over-tighten the nuts because I compulsively over-tighten everything, and we are done. Okay, so what's up next? I'm replacing the old steel-clad 28-inch wood rims that came with the bike with new wood rims crafted for me by Mr. Noah Stutzman. As it happens, Mr. Stutzman called me just yesterday to let me know that the rims are finished and he's shipping them out, so they're on their way. Next time we'll be taking a trip in the time machine and finishing wood bicycle rims. See you then.